Hello everyone, this is Mallikarjun of Triple Department, St. Peter's Engineering College. In this video, we are discussing about the subject called power quality. Subject called power quality. First, we will see the definition of power quality and what is the importance of power quality with respect to different factors, with respect to the customer point of view, with respect to the utility point of view, with respect to the manufacturer point of view, how the power quality is defined, and what is the need of the power quality, what is the need of the power quality, and if the power quality is very poor, how it is going to affect the economy, how it is going to affect the economy. And also we will discuss about some important terms what are used in case of a power quality. Some important terms what are used in case of a power quality. So today's topic is regarding what? Power quality. Power quality. Power quality. So first we will have a general definition for the power quality. The power quality in general refers to the quality of voltage supply. In general, power quality refers to what? Power quality refers to quality of voltage supply. Quality of voltage supply. Quality of voltage supply. This is the general definition of a power quality, where it is defined as what? It is defined as which is used to refer the quality of a voltage supply, what is given to the customers or manufacturers, or which is used for the purpose of utility, But with respect to different factors like utility, customer and manufacturer, power quality has different definitions. Now we will see the definitions of power quality with respect to different factors. But the general definition for power quality is it refers to the quality of voltage supply. With respect to utility, power quality is defined as. With respect to utility, power quality is defined as. Power quality is the one which is used to supply equal and reliable power. It is the one which is used to supply equal and reliable power. So with respect to the point of utility, power quality means it is used to supply equal and reliable power. It means supply of equal and reliable power with respect to the customer. Now we will see the definition of power quality with respect to the customer. With respect to the customer, it means adequate, that is sufficient. Adequate in uninterrupted power. Which does not affect the life of equipments. Which does not affect the life of equipment. With respect to the point of customer, the general meaning of power quality is nothing but supplying adequate and uninterrupted power, supplying sufficient uninterrupted power to the customer, which will not affect the life of equipments, which will not affect the life of equipments. Now another definition, with respect to manufacturer, with respect to manufacturer, the power quality means, with respect to the manufacturer, it means quality and tolerance of voltage and current parameters. With respect to manufacturer, it means quality and tolerance of voltage and current parameters, within the range. Voltage and current parameters within the range. This is the definition for power quality with respect to the manufacturer. It means quality and tolerance of voltage levels and current levels within the specified range. Within the specified range. This is regarding power quality. In general, it refers to what? Quality of voltage supply. With respect to utility, it means to supply equal and reliable power. With respect to customer, it means adequate uninterrupted power which does not affect the life of equipment. And with respect to manufacturer, it means quality and tolerance of voltage and current within the specified range. Now we will move to the next topic, that is importance of power quality. Importance of power quality. Importance of power quality. So, what is the general way of having a good power quality, and what happens if there is a bad power quality to a particular consumer or customer? Suppose now we will see the importance of power quality in different views. Coming to the first one, if there is a poor power quality, what happens is nothing but there may be a chance of having damage to the consumer equipments due to the poor power quality. There may be a chance of damage of consumer equipment. Due to the poor power quality, there may be a chance of having a damage of consumer equipments, and also there is a chance of reducing the life of the equipment. So, with respect to the importance of power quality, what does the first point means? If there is a poor power quality, that poor power quality will leads to the damage of what? Consumer equipment, and also reduces the life of the equipment what we are using. Coming to the next one. Due to the poor power quality, there may be a chances of having flickering and fluctuations. Due to this poor power quality, there may be a chances of having flickering and fluctuations. Flickering and fluctuations. This flickering and fluctuation due to the poor power quality will leads to serious health hazards of customer. Will leads to serious health hazard to customer. Serious health hazard to the customer. Not only that, due to the poor power quality, is nothing but there will be poor voltage with high currents. Poor voltage with high current, which leads to harmonics. Which leads to harmonics. Which leads to the harmonics, which causes overheating. Which causes overheating. Not only that, due to the poor power quality, there may be a chance of frequent falls. There may be a chance of having frequent falls and equipment failures, which increases the losses. What is our topic? Importance of power quality. In general, the customer will pay always for a good quality of power. Customer will always pay for a good quality of power. If the power quality is poor, that is, if it is very bad, then there are certain damages which will happen to the customer. Or consumer. With respect to the first point is there may be a chance of damage of consumer equipment. Coming to the second one, there may be a chance of having flickering and fluctuations of voltage levels. And due to the poor quality, there may be a reduction in the voltage, and there may be a high chance of increasing in currents, which leads to the harmonics. And due to the presence of harmonic, there may be a chances of overheating of equipment, which increases the losses and reduces the efficiency of the machine. Coming to the next one, if there is a poor power quality, then there may be a chance of having frequent falls. Which leads to the equipment failure. And due to the having a frequent faults and equipment failures in a particular machine, what happens? The reliability of that equipment will be less. The reliability of that particular equipment will also be reduced. Hence, due to that reason, always there should be a good quality of power. Good quality of power should be supplied to the manufacturer or customer, or the same power quality used for the utility. Due to that reason, there is a high importance for the power quality. Now we move to the next topic, that is effects of poor power quality on the economy. Effects of poor power quality on the economy. Effects of poor power quality on economy. What is the next topic? Effects of poor power quality on economy. So what happens to the rate of economy if there is a poor power quality? That is, if there is a poor quality of voltage to the consumer, If there is a poor quality of voltage supplied to the consumer or current supplied to the consumer, what happens to the rate of economy? What happens to the rate of economy? It may be with respect to the industries, or else it may be with respect to the generating and also the consumer side, or else it may be due to the different factors. It may be due to the different factors. Coming to the first point. Effect of poor quality on economy. So, due to the presence of poor quality, what happens? High harmonics are produced. High harmonics are generated. High harmonics are generated. Due to the effect of poor power quality, high harmonics will be generated by what? High harmonics will be generated by load. And due to the presence of this higher order harmonics, there may be a chance of overheating of equipments. Due to the presence of higher harmonics, what happens? There may be a chance of having overheating of equipments. Overheating of equipments on both generator side and load side. On generator side and load side. So due to the effect of poor power quality, what happens? Higher harmonics will be generated by the load. And due to the presence of this higher order harmonics, what happens? The overheating will take place on both generating side and also the machines which are present on the load side, and also on the machines which are present on the load side. What happens if the overheating of equipment takes place? There may be a chance of shutdown of equipment. There may be a chance of shutdown of equipment. Leads to shutdown of equipment. This is the first point. Coming to the next point. Due to the effect of poor power quality. This poor power quality will also affect the process of industries. Poor power quality will also affect the process of industries. Process of industries like rolling mills or textile mills, paper mills, etc. So, due to the effect of poor power quality, this poor power quality will also affect the process of industries, that is production of industries. Like I am giving an example for industries here: rolling mills, textile mills, paper mills, etc. So, due to the effect of this poor power quality, it may have a major impact on industries like rolling mills, textile mills. What happens that there may be a chance of having a production loss due to the interruption. Due to this factor, as poor power quality affects the process of industries, what happens? There may be a chance of having high production loss. There may be a chance of having high production loss due to interruption. So, due to the effect of poor power quality, what happened? It will have a major impact upon the process of industries. So, there may be a chance of having a high production loss due to the interruption. What is caused due to the poor power quality? What is caused due to the poor power quality? Coming to the next point. The poor power quality will also leads to increase of losses. Leads to increase in losses, which reduces the efficiency of that particular system. Poor power quality will also result in what? Increase in losses, which reduces the efficiency of a system. Which reduces the efficiency of a system. Coming to the next point. Due to the effect of this poor power quality, we need to design an equipment for certain frequency levels. But in our country, equipments are normally designed based upon its voltage level and current level. But we are maintaining frequency factor as constant. Matter as constant. So if I want to have a good power quality, I need to maintain the design of frequency levels. If I want to design the frequency levels for an equipment, it leads to the high cost. That is, cost increases. Due to design of frequency of an equipment. So these are nothing but the factors which affects the poor power quality. That is, what are the different factors which have a major impact of having a poor power quality on the economy. So in this we have discussed about the definitions for power quality with respect to different factors, and what is the importance of power quality, and what are the disadvantages we have if we have a poor power quality. And the last topic is how this poor power quality will have a major impact on the rate of economy. Now we will move to the next topic. That is terms used in power quality. What are the different terms used in power quality? What are the different terms used in power quality? Coming to the first term used in case of a power quality, that is voltage sag. Or else it can also be called as a voltage dip. Voltage sag, or else it can also be called as voltage dip. Coming to the next factor, voltage swell. And coming to the next important factor, that is surge. Coming to the next important factor, that is harmonic distortion. Next one, flickering. Next one, fluctuations. Next one, interruptions. So these are the different terms which are used in studying the power quality. Now we will go with the first term, that is voltage sag. Now I am going to give the definition for voltage sag. A sudden reduction of voltage from normal to 10 to 90% of 10 to 90% of normal voltage, 10 to 90% of normal voltage for a duration of half cycle. For a duration of half cycle to few minutes is called a voltage surge. Is called a voltage surge. I can give the example in the form of a waveform for the voltage surge. You see here, what is the definition of voltage surge? A sudden reduction of voltage level. A sudden reduction of voltage level from normal value to 10 to 90% of voltage. 10 to 90% of voltage is nothing but this is the normal level of voltage at starting. This is the normal level of voltage at starting. And what is the definition of sag? Sag is nothing but a sudden reduction of voltage from 10 to 90% of normal voltage. So there may be a chance of reduction. 10 to 90% of normal voltage just for a duration of how many cycles? Only half cycle. So sag will occur only for a duration of half cycle to few minutes. To few minutes, that is nothing but 1 minute. And 1 minute. Then after again the voltage level will be normal. Again the voltage level will be normal. So this is nothing but half cycle duration. This is half cycle duration for how many minutes? For 1 minute, and this period is called as what? Sag. This period is called as what? Sag. And what is the voltage maintained at this point? V. And what is the voltage maintained at this minus V? What is the voltage obtained due to the presence of sag? 10 to 90% of reduction. 10 to 90% of V. 10 to 90% of V. Now I am going to define the voltage sag again. A sudden reduction of voltage from normal level to 10 to 90% of voltage, 10 to 90% of voltage for a duration of half cycle to 1 minute. For a duration of half cycle to 1 minute is known as voltage sag. And any dip which is less than half cycle, is called as transient. Any dip which is less than half cycle is called as what? Transient. So according to the definition of voltage sag, there will be a sudden reduction of voltage level from normal to 10 to 90% of voltage for a duration of half cycle. For a duration of half cycle to how many minutes? 1 minute. If the sag which is obtained in this waveform is less than half cycle, if there is any sag or dip which is obtained in less than half cycle, then that sag or dip is called as what? Transient. Then that sag or dip is called as what? Transient. Now we will go with the causes. What are the different causes of having a sag in an equipment? What are the different causes? The sag may be generally caused due to the faults. It may be generally caused due to faults on transmission line and distribution line. May be due to faults on transmission line or distribution line, or else it may be due to the faults in consumer's installation, or else it may be due to faults in consumer installation. Or else it may be also due to the connection of heavy loads, or else it may be due to the connection of heavy loads. heavy loads, and also starting of large motors suddenly, and also starting of large motors suddenly. So these are the general causes of having a voltage sag or a dip. It may be caused due to the what? Due to faults in a transmission or distribution network, or else it may be also caused due to the faults in the consumer installation of an equipment, or else the sag may also be due to the heavy loads which are connected in the circuit, or else they may also be due to the sudden startup of large motors, or else they may be caused due to the sudden startup of large motors. Now we will go to the next thing, that is consequences. Now we will move to the next one. Up to now we have discussed about the definition of a sag along with the explanation diagram in the form of waveform, and we have discussed about the different causes. Now we will discuss about the consequences. That is, what happens if a sag occurs in a particular equipment. Whether the equipment will shut down, or else the equipment will have some other features, or else there may be a chance of having data loss in that. So now we are discussing about the consequences, what we are going to face if the equipment is having a voltage sag or voltage dip. First point, there may be a chance of having a malfunction of information technology equipment. There may be a chance of having a malfunction of IT equipment. What is the first consequence? If there is a chance of a sag in case of an equipment, what happens? There may be a chance of malfunction of IT equipment. IT equipment are nothing but what? Microprocessor based systems. And coming to the next consequence, tripping of contactors and relays. And breakers. So if there is a voltage sag in an equipment, what happens? There may be a chance of an information loss in case of a microprocessor based equipment, or else there may be a chance of tripping of relays and breakers which are connected in that particular equipment. This is regarding voltage sag. Now we will go with the next definition, that is voltage swell. Now we will go with the next definition, that is voltage swell. Now we will go with the next definition, that is what? Voltage swell. As we have discussed, sag is nothing but it is a sudden reduction of a voltage. Sag is nothing but it is generally defined as a sudden reduction of a voltage. Well, swell is defined as an increase in the voltage for a duration of several cycles. Sudden increase in the value of voltage for a duration of several cycles less than 1 minute. And we explain the definition of swell with an example in the form of a waveform now. Suppose this is the normal voltage level. Where the voltage on the positive peak is maintained as V and negative peak is maintained as minus V. So swell is nothing but it is a factor which is defined as a momentary increase in the voltage. For several cycles. Which should be less than 1 minute. So swell will occur for how many cycles? Several cycles, where the several cycles are nothing but more than one cycle. And what about the duration of a swell? Duration of swell is nothing but it should be less than 1 minute. It should be less than 1 minute, and this period is called as what? Swell. And this period is called as swell. A momentary increase in the voltage level. A momentary increase in the voltage level for a duration of several cycles. For a duration of several cycles, it may be more than one cycle. It may be more than one cycle. Typically less than 1 minute. Typically less than 1 minute. After coming back to the normal, then after what happens? Then after the voltage will come back to its normal level. Then after voltage will again come back to its normal level. I am going to define voltage swell again. A momentary increase in the voltage. A momentary increase in the voltage for a duration of more than one cycle. For a duration of more than one cycle, and typically less than 1 minute. And typically less than 1 minute. This is called as voltage swell. This is called as what? Voltage swell. Now we will go for the causes. So what are the different causes which leads to the voltage swell in an equipment? What are the different causes which leads to the voltage swell in an equipment? Coming to the first cause. It may be due to the start or stop of heavy loads. It may be due to the start or stop of heavy loads. It may be due to what? Start or stop of heavy loads suddenly, or else swell may be due to the, or else it may be due to the badly regulated transformers. Or else it may also be due to the badly regulated transformers. If the regulation of a transformer is very poor, what you are using in that particular experiment, then there may be a chance of having a voltage swell. Or else it may be also caused due to the badly dimensioned power sources. Badly dimensioned power sources. So these are the different causes which leads to the voltage swell in an equipment. What is the first cause? Due to the sudden start or stop of heavy loads. And what is the second one? Due to the badly regulated transformers, or else due to the badly dimensioned power sources. If you use the badly regulated transformers and badly dimensioned power sources in an equipment, it may be lead to what? It may be lead to the voltage swell. Now we will see the consequences. That is, what happens to the equipment? If there is a voltage swell in it? Consequences. Coming to the first consequence. There may be a chance of having a data loss. Or else information loss in an equipment. There may be a chance of having a data loss or information loss in an equipment. Coming to the next one, there may be a chance of flickering of lights and screen. There may be a chance of having a sudden flickering of lighting and also the screens which are connected in a particular system. Coming to the next consequence, there may be a chance of sudden stoppage or damage of equipment. If the swell is too high, that is, swell is too high is nothing but if the voltage increase is very high. It leads to what? It leads to a swell. It may be leads to what? Stoppage or damage of equipment. Stoppage equipment. These are the consequences what you are going to face if we have a effect of voltage swell. If we have an effect of what? Voltage swell. There may be a chance of having an information loss, or there will be a chance of having flickering of lights and screens. Flickering is nothing but there will be a sudden shakage of screen, or there is a sudden blinking of light, or there may be a damage of equipment, or else it may also leads to what? Stoppage of equipment. This is regarding voltage swell. This is regarding voltage swell. What is the meaning of a voltage swell? A sudden reduction of voltage. A sudden reduction of voltage leads to what? Voltage swell. A momentary increase in the value of voltage leads to what? Voltage swell. Voltage reduction leads to voltage swell. Voltage increase will leads to voltage swell. Voltage swell. This is regarding voltage swell and voltage swell. Now we will move to the next topic, that is surge.